Harvard has engaged in decades of invidious, unlawful, and illegal race-based discrimination. Are you saying this immigrant was here illegally?
Yes, but...
What's good, y'all? Saint Veloy, back at it again with another video. You see the thumbnail, you know the vibes. But before we get there, happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week. Let's get pumped up for the weekend. So apparently, the Trump administration tried deporting an undocumented immigrant. And the way we got here is that supposedly, or at least the story goes, that the undocumented immigrant was arrested because he sent a threatening letter to the president, and that's what alerted the authorities onto him, and they figured out that he was an illegal alien. The spin on the story currently is that he was actually being framed, and he did not send a threatening letter to the president. Now, we have Stephen Miller that's come out to respond. He went on Fox yesterday and he went on CNN, and honestly speaking, the man is befuddled. He does not understand the spin going on right now. Because to be honest, it seems like they keep on trying to do like this word play association game right now. It's like, we're not going to highlight the fact that he's an illegal immigrant, but we're going to highlight the fact that he was framed. So we're going to victimize him again. Now, I'm not saying that he may not be a victim, but we need to speak about the fact that he is an illegal alien. Oh, my bad. Undocumented immigrant. I'm going to let Stephen Miller break down his side of the story. He's going to go on Fox. He's going to initially respond. And then that clip on CNN, you don't want to miss that. He was on his P's and Q's. All right. Do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibes. Enjoy the rest of your day.
America's secrets or America's industrial might?
Do you think that given what Judge Burroughs did on the Harvard side about, putting the stay on the revocation of these foreign student visas at Harvard, that you are going to have strong standing in federal court on this particular issue, focusing on the Chinese students?
Well, I'm sure you can always find the judge that is insane and lunatic enough in the Democrat Party, a sufficiently communist judge, to rule on anything, which is the whole problem, Laura. When you have 700 judges, 10, 15, 20, 25 communist judges can try to run the entire country, grind the gears of government to a halt, try to undermine and overthrow the previous election result. It's been rightly called the judicial coup. And we are expecting, this issue is now before the Supreme Court, that they will swat down these district courts that have done such violence, such damage to our nation's democracy, and in fact, completely sabotaged our nation's democracy to a degree that we've never seen before. The president's authority to prevent foreign nationals from entering the country is one of his greatest and highest authorities. He is operating at the apex of executive power when he does so. Congress, likewise, has codified and cemented that authority by giving the Department of Homeland Security and the Secretary of State plenary authority to reject the entry of foreign nationals into this country, which is what makes that Harvard ruling from this crazy judge so obscene. Harvard defied multiple DHS subpoenas for information about its foreign students and about law-breaking and national security threats on campus. Harvard has engaged in decades of invidious, unlawful, and illegal race-based discrimination against American citizens. So Harvard is engaged in illegal and criminal conduct, and a judge is siding with Harvard's right to pad his pockets with foreign cash over the rights of American citizens and the American Constitution. The Democrat Party's philosophy right now is for foreigners, everything, for Americans, nothing. President Trump is fighting for American workers, for the blue-collar workers, and for the middle class of this country.
All right, Stephen, great to see you as always. Thank you so much.
Undocumented migrant sent a letter threatening to kill the president, promising to self-deport after the assassination. CNN reporting shows that investigators believe the migrant was set up. It was a victim of a setup. What is the administration going to do now? And this is an undocumented immigrant. I do want to note that. But this was someone who came forward, was a victim of a crime, and now law enforcement believes he was set up. Go ahead.
Well, I want to clarify what you mean, so we're talking about the same thing. Are you saying this immigrant was here illegally?
Yes, but I am, and that's why I said that. I clarified that.
You said undocumented, and I wasn't clear what that means. I'm assuming they have a fake ID. I'm assuming they have a fake social security number.
That's neither here nor there.
That's
getting away from the question, Stephen. I want this to be and call me naive, a good faith discussion about what's happening right
but
now.
when we use language that's designed to obscure the truth, that's not good faith.
All right,
an illegal
does this
alien
risk...
is an illegal alien. They're not an undocumented migrant.
Okay, that's fine. That's
so,
another
look,
discussion for another day.
I don't know the details of the assassination threat. All I can say, based on what you're telling me, is there's an illegal alien in our country who's making menacing threats. Regardless of the facts or circumstances, we don't want him here. We're going to get to the bottom of it, and I would gladly come back on when I have more information to share
They were
with you.
set up, just to be clear. But quickly,
So
where
you're
is
saying
the White House
illegal
on
alien was
habeas
treated
corpus?
Unfairly? Yes, I'm sure the illegal alien was treated very unfairly.
Okay, where is